Yeah.
I've actually forgotten the list that I gave you, so hopefully I remember who I put in.
Oh, yes, I'm excited. Can you, is the
Mhm.
screen share up? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Can you see my screen? Eh.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I can hate it. Okay, go live. What do we call this
Go
one?
live. Video game mummies. Mummy.
Mummies.
Oh, my tea's cold.
The worst thing that
What's the
can
point in
happen
going
to
on
an
anymore?
English person.
It actually might be, you know, and thank you
You
for
know?
recognizing that. Thank you for saying it. Don't say in it.
We're live. We're live. Sorry
We're
about your tea. Do you want to
live.
fix your tea before we really get
No,
into it? Okay.
so we're live.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean
Oh,
anything
what can we
regarding
do
the
now? I'm gonna
quality.
have to get up. I'm gonna have to go up, go boil the kettle again.
I'll edit it out later. Oh, you have to boil the kettle and all?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because I would just stick it in the microwave if it was me.
Oh.
I know. Barbaric.
No, I'm sorry. The way that it is actually something I'm very passionate about. Thank you so much for bringing this up. The idea that you can make a decent cup of tea by sticking a fucking mug of water in the microwave and then dunking your tea bag in it is actually very insulting.
Okay.
I think I feel the same way that Indian people feel about the fact that we call all curry curry.
Okay.
Like it's a cultural affront
Okay.
from your people onto mine.
I don't understand why. Because the water gets hot either way.
No, but it's
And then we don't have to
not
clean
how it's
fucking
done.
lime scale out of our appliances.
No, you just have to use microwaves, which probably does
No.
is
No,
it's
there's no
bad.
no misinformation on this channel. Only
I
facts
heard
and science.
What's his name? Not JFK. He's the one who died.
RFK.
Who's the RFK?
With the brain in his, the brain in his worm. The worm in his brain.
Why do we say that? Does he have a worm in his brain?
Yes, he's on record saying he has a worm in his brain.
Oh, I know that he once cut off a whale head.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I know about him.
Yeah.
And all of the like straight men on the internet think that because he's a roided daddy that means that he knows stuff about health.
All right. Well, we can spend as little time talking about RFK as possible. Was there a point to this story? Okay. Just wanted to bring it up. Just wanted to raise the issue.
Just wanted to raise the issue.
Oh, welcome to the Bay Area. I need to come up with an opener like all the YouTubers have, and Markiplier already took the good one, which is hello, my name is Markiplier. So I'm kind of at a loss. Hello, welcome to Jazz's fourth channel.
Hello, welcome to Jazz's fourth channel.
I'm nobody.
That would work.
I'm Steve. This is your host, JazzaJohn, and I'm the other one.
I'm Steve.
I'm Steve.
And I do that thing. What's the Michael Balbaro from the New York Times?
Oh,
I love how camp his interview style is, because he doesn't say anything but somehow still makes the whole interview about him, because he's there going actually no, let me so here's what else you need.
But you do that too, because you interrupt me constantly.
I would never do that.
First of all, you know that's not true.
I think it's really unfair that you think that I would do something like that.
And do you know why?
Actually, because I don't think you're really understanding like where I'm coming from. As like I'm pulling in the viewers here.
This is so heterosexual of you.
Oh. That hurt.
Heterosexual behavior.
So, can we? Have you got your painfully cisgender water bottle?
Yeah.
I hate us.
What was I gonna say? Now I fucking forgot.
Well, that's on you.
Can we talk about how you don't know what? Can we talk about how you don't know what Reese's Pieces are?
Okay, I once again, did not grow up in this country,
Do they
and
not
so
have?
do not know. No,
Do they not
Reese's
have?
isn't a brand. We famously have our own chocolate, and it's better.
That is true. I will not fight you on that. You don't have Reese's. You have peanut butter cups? Yes, you do.
No,
Really?
Reese's peanut butter cups. So no.
Really?
I mean, you might be able to get them in like a specialty store, but they're not. I don't think they're something
I'm
that you
pretty
can just
sure.
like
You
walk
know
into
what?
Tesco and get.
I think I've seen them in like the American section of your confectionery
yeah.
aisles. Yes.
Yeah, and all of them have warnings because it has like a load of stuff that's banned.
Yeah. So you talk. So
Not for human consumption.
Did you ever? Excuse me. You saw E.T., right?
Yeah, like in the 90s.
It was like a big part of E.T. was him luring out the alien with Reese's Pieces.
Okay, well, maybe the reason that
Reese's
it didn't
Pieces.
stick in my brain. I was talking.
Do you not know what these are? I was going to say earlier about you interrupting me because you did this all through our Dirge of Cerberus playthrough on purpose to fuck with me.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun for you. The problem is that I'm such a good friend and I'm so interested in what you have to say that it works every time. And I think you're taking advantage of my love and goodwill to fuck with me.
Yes.
Okay. Well, as long as we're all the same.
But just to be really clear, that is why we're friends.
I know.
Because you give me
because I'm a doormat?
Yes.
Because I'm a beta cuck is why.
Because I just walk all over you.
It's true.
Walk all over you, and wipe my feet.
And I like it.
Oh no, I'll stop then.
Would you please use your podcasting prowess to write me an intro? Or you can intro these episodes if nothing else.
Okay, what is it called? I just wanted to raise the issue.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I have 350 massage credits.
Can you gift them?
I can try.
Because I will actually use them.
Well, I try to use them, and then my massages get cancelled.
Famously. Yeah. Hello, I'm Jazza, and this is Steve, and we just want to raise the issue. Ugh. Every now and again, we come onto the internet, to talk about video games, play some silly things, and apparently I walk all over Steve.
Great, thank you. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Okay, so last time we did a tier list of daddies, of video game daddies.
Yes.
And therefore,
I'm just going to do that.
And therefore, the next thing for us to do is obviously mummies, but specifically, and I think that this descriptor is important. Step on me, mummies.
Step on me, mummies. Yes.
So I think like a daddy already has kind of like a sexual connotation that we said very clearly at the beginning of the last episode.
Yeah, and then you got on my case about picking people I wanted to fuck. You were like,
but then they're not daddies. It's not just people I want to fuck. This isn't a people I want to fuck tier list.
Yes, it is.
There is an overlap in the Venn diagram. Yeah. But not every daddy is somebody that you want to fuck.
Categorically untrue.
Not everybody that you want to fuck is a daddy. As we found out last week.
Okay.
Last time.
Yes, I will give you that. Okay. So we have two orders of business. One is we do need to, I think we agreed on our definition of mommies a little bit more closely than we did our definition of daddies. But how are we defining a mommy? Step on me, mommy.
I think a mummy actually differs greatly from my definition of a daddy anyway. Mm-hmm. We talked last time about, for me anyway, a daddy, there's a certain amount of like a nurturing that happens, but also in like a sexy way. Whereas I think a mummy has absolutely no care for your well-being whatsoever, has real I don't give a fuck energy, and tits.
Tits.
I think the running theme for me is tits.
Yeah.
And also, I will say, this was, as somebody who is not generally attracted to the female form, it was actually quite hard for me. Like, this was much more difficult for me to put together this list. Also, because there's not as many women in video games as there are men.
That is true. There also aren't a lot of women, or there are fewer women. I was having trouble finding women that were not like, you know, like slim, slinky, like that. Like that's not necessarily antithetical to being a mommy, I think, but like it was kind of hard to find women who I felt like matched my visualization of a mommy, which as the person who put together the slideshow, I will say that your definition of mommy and mine overlap quite a bit more than our definitions of daddies, which I think is very interesting.
Very interesting. Well,
Yes.
you did try and submit about 3 or 4 twinks in your list.
Right. So about that. As we can see on screen, I have the Redemption Daddy. So I did pick out some but there's a couple things I wanted to address on to this point. So one of our I got shit in general, not just from you for sneaking some twinks in. I do apologize for that. I snuck no fewer than 3 twinks into my tier list.
And none of us would notice.
I did think that I could get away with Edgeworth. I knew I was pushing it on that. You got some call outs for Big Man Blastoise.
Yeah.
One of my friends,
if you know, you know. If
said,
you know, you know.
Big Man Blastoise, Jazza knows, bigger fan of Jazza by the choice. And I was like, that's rude. They also said, Jazza, do not talk about dropping daddies off to fuck at daycare.
Wow.
Yes. And I'll put it in the final cut. And then in my this was my defense of Edgeworth. I said, Edgeworth is daddy, and I stand by it. He's Phoenix's daddy, if nothing else. And then my friend said, he's Phoenix's top. They're different.
They are different.
And so I think that's where I got confused. Yes.
But our next plan is to do video game twinks.
No, our next plan is to do Smash or Pass First Edition D&D monsters.
Sure. Yes.
And then twinks.
We'll do twinks at some point. Yeah.
We will do twinks at some point. Have done. Will do. So, in light of the twinks that I tried to sneak by border security, I did pick some.
Am I border security in this?
Yes.
Am I the TSA?
Yes, you are.
I love because
you're inspecting those bodies, doing your pat downs, and I'm failing. I'm failing at every turn. So I did pick some redemption daddies that I hope you'll appreciate. I have 3 daddies. I have 4 daddies. I have 3 to make up for the ones that I biffed, and I have 1 extra reparation daddy for emotional damages.
Reparation daddy.
Yes. And so we're just going to go through these rapid fire. I'm not actually, they're not in the tier list. I'm not going to tier list them. You can say what you think you would tier list them, but I just want to prove that I do actually know what a daddy is.
Okay. Go ahead.
So the first daddy is still a little bit more aligned with what I like in a man, specifically old. And so this is, what's the face that you're making?
I thought it was somebody from Red Dead Redemption, and then I wish I had chosen Arthur.
Oh, I think Arthur was a bit of a stereotypical daddy. I did think of that originally. So this is the curator from the Dark Pictures series, and he is based on Tony Pankhurst, and has a fantastic.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, he's British. I don't know. I think.
Yeah, because I know all 70 million British people.
Don't you? Just the gay ones.
Just the gay ones.
Okay. So
the ones in Clapham.
So he has kind of similar vibes to like what we were talking about, where like he kind of walks you through the game and holds your hands, and then you like, not physically, but like you come back and kind of check in with him, and he like shames you for not doing a good job, which is like, and he has a very good he has a very good voice, and he has a very good intro where he's like striding around in like a trench coat and like being like, anyway. So this is a redemption daddy. This is my redemption daddy. All right, the next one.
I, for the record, would give this at least an A tier.
Oh, thank you.
This one looks alright. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you. The next one I did put in just for you, because I think this aligns a little bit more with the daddies that you picked, but I think you'll like him very much. This is Achilles from Hades.
Yes, 100% S tier.
Yes. Canonically gay.
Yes, good.
Kind of a mentor figure in the game. Extremely hot. Extremely good voice acting.
Did you ever read Song of Achilles?
I did.
It's softcore porn for middle-aged women, but I loved that shit.
It was good. It was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. Yes. And Patroclus is in the game as well.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yes. Beautiful. S tier. Okay. Next one is from Hades 2. This is Hephaestus. Look at
good choice.
Look at him. Look at him.
You know who would have, in a similar vein, the Hercules in God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, I haven't seen.
Because he's thick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and everybody was like really pissed that they made Thor thick, and it's like he's Norse god.
Yeah.
Come on now, just because Chris Hemsworth is what you think Thor looks like.
Yeah.
It's not what. No.
Oh man, the internet went nuts when this guy dropped. Like he's beautiful. Yeah. He's perfect. He's thick. He's disabled. He's got a sick chair and a sick leg.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yep.
And loves a glass of wine.
That's Dionysus, but good try.
No, sorry, wrong one. And loves hammering things.
Loves hammering things, and is married to Aphrodite, so you know he fucks.
Yes. I actually it would have either been Hephaestus or who's the other one who's in Phoenix Immortals Rising? Like it's like a Breath of the Wild ripoff, I think.
Oh, I think I played a bit of that, yeah.
I completed the game. I thought it was very, very good. Yeah. But Hephaestus is a bit of a cuck in that, to be honest.
Okay.
He doesn't have as much daddy vibes as this.
Okay. I love this Hephaestus. I think he's great. I still haven't played Hades 2, but I'm excited about it. Okay, final daddy. This is a little bit more along the lines of Big Man Blastoise. This is Buddy from Out of This World, otherwise known as the Mike Aruba guy.
Okay, you're going to have to explain.
Very similar to the he's with you the whole game, what was the commander, where you pair up with him very early in the game. He's with you through, I think, pretty much the whole thing. He clearly he rescues you. He's silent. He's stoic. He's built. Yeah. So this is my final redemption daddy.
And is that you that he's holding?
I wish.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, these are these. I hope I've redeemed myself.
That would have been way better than the 3 Twinks that you brought.
I know. I'm kicking myself, but here we are.
Okay, you can just bring them again for the Twink tier list.
Can I
Make sure if you want to hear when. No, I actually am not going to let you. But if you want to be notified when that episode comes out, make sure you hit subscribe and ring that bell.
I can't wait for the little fucking chip under the video to go when you say that.
It's fun.
I've never begged for a sub. Okay.
You should always beg for a sub. You're not a real YouTuber
that.
until you.
Never.
You're not a real YouTuber until you've begged for a sub.
You're not a real sub until you beg.
You've been a sub begging.
I hate us. All right. Should we get into the mommies?
Let's go.
I'm
actually so excited. I've also forgotten half of my list.
I know.
So this is going to be a nice surprise for me too.
Okay, great. I think you're up first. Oh, also, can I just say I got what was apparently a cherry cola for dinner, and it is pretty much just cherry.
Cherry cola for dinner?
Not with dinner.
Yeah.
I will say I really wanted to include Karlak. I did think she was a little obvious, but I did want to give Karlak best girl shout out, mummy.
I actually, so can we talk about this for a second?
Yeah.
This is going to be such a long episode. I thought about all of the primary cast of Baldur's Gate, and I actually don't think any of the core cast classify as mummies.
Ooh, okay.
I think, and especially not Karlach, I think she's the least mummy, all of them, because she's a Labrador.
You know what? This is why
she cares and loves too much.
This is why I did not end up including her, is because I think she is a mommy, but I do not think she's a step on me mommy. I think if anyone, actually, Shadowheart is the closest to being a step on me mommy, but she's too twinky.
What's the other one called?
Lae'zel.
Lae'zel.
Yeah.
I never got her in my playthrough. I missed her all 3 times that you can get her.
She's not hard.
Not even deliberately. Well, apparently she was for me.
That's really funny.
Okay. I think, isn't Lae'zel? She's like a pretty. She would be my closest to a step on me mummy.
She's pretty aggro, but there's something about like Shadowheart's kind of detached gothiness that I think kind of.
Sure.
Yeah. But I love Karlach, and canonically she does finger blast you, so there's that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But well done for not including her.
Thank you. I'm glad we agreed. All right. I think you're up first. Starting off strong.
Mother. First off, is an actual mother.
Okay. Oh, that's one thing. I feel like daddy. I feel like fatherhood is weighted more heavily for daddies than it is. Parenthood is weighted more heavily for the daddy rubric than it is for the mommy rubric. Do we agree?
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. But in 10-2, she does have a kid.
Okay.
Called.
Is this the one that Waka gets with?
Yeah, Waka. Spoilers for 10-2.
You said it last time.
And I'm telling our audience.
Hopefully they watched the last one.
Sorry everybody. This is Lulu from Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2. She's a playable character in 10. She's a black mage, and this, I will say, is not the best. This is one of her cuntiest thing. Actually, if you zoomed out of this photo, you would see her. There. This is at the Battle of Mushroom Rock, and she's standing over Yuna, her summoner, who Lulu is charged with protecting, and Yuna is like down on the floor, like, oh no, and then Lulu is standing over her, like, stand back. And at this stage, I think she would have, if you grind pretty hard at this stage, she has learned Fire, which is a very powerful, which is like the second tier of like fire spells, but is overpowered at this stage in the game, and she's really fucking badass. She's like the key black magic, like offensive magic user on the team. If you use the sphere grid in the way that it's originally set out, you can do a more complex one that doesn't have like as strict roles for all of the characters, but she's like the black mage. And there, I'm thinking very specifically of one scene. I think it might be her it's not her introductory scene, but it's a scene where Tidus overhears a conversation that Waka and Lulu are having, and it's one of the like high rendered scenes. And remember, this was like 2001. This was 2001, I think this came out. And so these cutscenes were just like, amazing. I used to just watch compilations of the cutscenes on YouTube, because I think they're still so gorgeous. And I feel like almost every Final Fantasy game, they don't do it so much anymore because they've become really bro-y, but a lot of them, there is titty fan service a lot, and Lulu's Final Fantasy X's titty fan service. And the reason that she is a mummy is because most of the way through the game, she does not give a shit about you. You are just an inconvenience who is there, and I'm like, I guess you're also here. And it's only in a side mission. It's not even a mission. They don't really do missions in Final Fantasy X, which is one of the reasons I like the game. But you find out about a previous summoner that she failed,
Tragic backstory.
Tragic backstory, and you get to kind of like have a resolution for her there, and you get a summon at the end of it. But she's just she is my number one mummy. Like, she is what I think of when I think of a video game.
She is your canonical mommy.
She's my canonical mum.
Mum.
And she has like this cunty. You can't really see it, but she has this like corset with the fur.
You can literally see the whole corset with the fur. Yeah.
Yes. As you can see, she's wearing a corset with fur.
You can't really see it.
Wait for me to finish my sentence. This, just because I interrupt you does not mean that you can interrupt me.
This is a double standard.
Yes. And you knew that coming into this. You can't really see it here. You fuck off. You can't really see it here, comma. Here, she's got her a bustier.
Bustier, yeah.
This isn't the sissiest thing. But down below, she's wearing like a ball gown made of leather belts. Which is hot.
Yeah. Okay. Where is she? There she is. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Stunning. I can't wait to play more Final Fantasy X.
When are we going to?
Well, that's the question. Do you want to do more Dream Daddy or do you want to get into FF10?
I would. Sorry, I love Dream Daddy, but because I love the voices, but I want to play Final Fantasy X with you because I can't keep spoiling the game for you through our tier lists.
I know. Yeah. Okay. My first.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just open up the tier list.
I feel like we're gonna have
S.
like a lot of S.
Immediate
Who
S.
the fuck is she?
She's just there.
Yeah.
Immediate S.
I think she may, because you wouldn't let me have Bayonetta, who was like my first thought. She was probably like the first one I thought of, because I mean, I don't need to justify it. It's fucking. The only thing wrong with her is that she's.
Who is this?
Sorry.
Who is this? Tell the audience.
Well, you've got the podcast brain. I don't. This is Dame Aelin, canonical lesbian of Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
The only thing wrong with her is that she is so devoted to her cleric girlfriend and would not look twice at me. But that's okay.
You don't think that open?
Honestly, no, I don't.
No, I don't think that open either. So that was me just being wishful.
I know. I appreciate you kind of throwing me a line there, but I mean, she's gorgeous. She breaks a man's spine. Her voice is so so fucking sexy. And also the part where you, like, spoilers for Baldur's Gate 3, when you go rescue her and she frees herself of her shackles and she becomes Dame Aelin and she's like, I am resplendent, and the music that I cried at that part of the game. I cry every time I hear the soundtrack, like fucking right in the feels. And the pussy.
Yeah. Mainly the pussy.
Mostly the pussy. I cry from my eyes and from my pussy. It's only going to get worse from here.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
Oh, Abby! Abby Smash! So,
Abby Smash!
Which is actually a really toxic thing. But so this is Abby from The Last of Us 2. She is, spoilers for The Last of Us 2. She is a playable character. So you play as her. She's an antagonist for the first half of the game, and then you play as her the second half of the game. I actually think that we don't need to get into this now, but I think that The Last of Us 2, I think, is the height of storytelling in video games, because you play as each other's antagonist, and then you have to fight. You have to have them fight at the end, and you have to try kill yourself, basically, or kill somebody that you have so much empathy by the end of this game, because it's fucking long. It's like, actually, in terms of like how long video games are these days, it's not that long. I think it's maybe 30 hours ish. I may be wrong.
Yeah,
it was much longer than The Last of Us was. but you've spent such a long time with these characters, as these characters, and so you know where they're coming from. You know the good in them. They aren't just like a baddie that you hate and you want to kill. And then at the end, they're trying to kill one another, and it's
All
one
right.
of the greatest video game experiences I've ever had. She is a mummy because I love a muscle mummy.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
I think she's a little young to be considered a mommy.
how old is she?
I don't know. I would guess what, in her like mid to late 20s, early 30s at most.
I think you can be a mummy then. I think she's probably early 20s, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like a foil to
Ellie.
Ellie, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's like this muscular what's the word, like, war person.
War person.
She's a muscular war person.
War person.
And there is a theme of muscular war people in my list. Muscular war women.
Yeah, mine too. Good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna. I kind of. I don't really know much about her character besides the antagonist part of it. I'm gonna put her in B for now.
Oh, and there's a sex scene. So the reason that it's Abby Smash is because the straight men hated this game.
Right, yes.
They hated this game.
Yes.
And one of the reasons they hated it was because, oh my god, there's a woman with muscles. Oh my god, and you see her have a sex scene. She gets plowed from the rear on a boat.
Sick.
And that still frame is Abby Smash.
Okay.
Because she looks like Hulk Smash, you know.
Yeah. She's very built. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Okay. I'm willing to change my ranking at some point. Okay.
Wanking.
GLaDOS from Portals 1 and 2.
So nearly
Thick.
had GLaDOS.
Yeah.
But I haven't ever played Portal all the way through, so I've never really experienced her full thing. Give us the vibe.
She toys with you. She toys with you. I mean, first of all, look how like fucking thick she is. But she's also kind of like the way that her character is designed is like it's clearly like very feminine and like techie and muscular, but she's also kind of like got this thing where it looks like she's almost like captive, like suspended, like maybe like her arms, if she had arms like behind her, like suspended from the ceiling, which is very interesting and weirdly sexual. But like, you know, she's putting your character through all these trials and
she shit talks you all the way through. And
she shit talks you the whole time, but she tells you like, she's like, oh, good job for like stupid idiot. Like it's a lot of like backhanded compliments and stuff, and it's just like, oh. And she's voiced by a professional opera singer, which I think is very cool. I do not remember the name of the actress who plays her, but and obviously like an iconic video game villain as well. I think she's very similar spiritually to Lady Dimitrescu, but like in a like who we did not include in this for being too obvious of a mommy.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I haven't played the games very much, so I didn't feel like I had the right to add her.
I put in things that I haven't played, but I watch a lot of
things that I also haven't played.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Let's Plays, so I count that. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that actually GLaDOS is she is the video game mummy. So I'd put her in S very easily. Are we just gonna put everything in S?
We might. We love women.
Apart from Abby, apparently. Love women!
Yeah, we'll see. I think there's a couple in here that I think we both have ones that I would consider a little less mommy, but I did want to include.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's up next? More Overwatch.
Oh, I miss Overwatch so much. it got so shit. So this is Anna, who I think is Egyptian. I think. And in the Overwatch universe, she's a sniper, but also kind of like has some medic. She's like has some support characteristics as well. And she, along with Soldier 76,
I was gonna say she's giving me 76 vibes a little bit.
So they were in Overwatch. So 76 was one of the original Overwatch people, and Anna was also one of the original Overwatches. So there's like photos of 76, Anna, Reinhardt, and all of like that generation, Mercy, all of that generation, who come back and reform for the game. She has an eye patch, not only to help her with sniping, but because she's had her eyes shot out.
Probably more that one. I don't see how that's. I don't. How is it?
Oh no! Often in sniping, you put an eye patch down.
Yeah, but how is covering the eye that you already can't see out of going to help you with sniping?
No, I'm saying that she could have had the eye patch just to help her with sniping.
I see. I think you.
Well, she can only see out of one eye, so I'd expect more from you, more people.
Don't start with me. I had a beautiful disabled hottie in my first slides, okay?
Yes, that's fair. And she's just really badass and really cool. And I know that we said that nurturing isn't really a thing for the as much for the mummies as it is for the daddies. I don't think
it doesn't have. Oh yes, yeah. But I think it.
But
it can be. Doesn't disqualify.
But she has a power up that literally supercharges one of your party. And very often you'd put it on a Reinhardt, and then the Reinhardt would just kind of like go crazy with his giant hammer.
Yeah, I understand
that. And also she's old, silver-haired.
You know how I love a silver fox.
Has a beautiful deep voice. She's awesome. Like she has the kind of voice that like, oh, she smokes 20 a day for 30 years.
I love that. I love a smoker's voice on a woman. This is gonna be the most boring tier list of all time. I do think we suffer a little bit from having like apparently very similar types in this department. And so part of the fun is us yelling at each other about why we're right. And this we're just kind of love and vibes and kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
Yeah. Kumbaya. Okay. Rain from let me tell you a story. I have a PowerPoint presentation.
Sit down, get comfortable.
All right. Are you ready?
Do you really have a PowerPoint presentation?
I do.
Yes.
This is what I was doing today. All right. Picture this. The year is 2003.
I'm picturing it.
It's 2003. I'm 15. I'm sitting on the toilet in my family's home reading my favorite magazine. It's the favorite magazine of so many other 15-year-old girls, Mac Addict. I do... let it be known that I do own the physical copy of this magazine, and it is in my attic as we speak. Yes, it was in the box of stuff that I had.
Oh, is it really, really crispy?
Well, it should be, because I'm flipping through the pages of this sacred text, and I come across the review of a video game that I have never played. Still have never played, had no hope of playing at the time, but it did include such excerpts as a buxom half-fire.
Oh, can I read it?
Yes, please.
Blood Rain is a sexy, stylish, and sadistic game. Its namesake is a buxom half-vampire heroine that dresses for bondage, sounds orgasmic while feeding, and dismembers enemies with panache. Yeah, that's hot. Mutant blood provides energy. Wow.
Yeah. They only rated this a so-so after saying that the pros of it were sexy, badass dismemberment. And at the time I was like, that sounds like bullshit. I feel like this should be 5 out of 5. Anyway, so I'm sitting on the toilet reading this and I felt a little something. And
oh, that was the shit, actually.
This the shit that apparently is this game. Have never played it, but it definitely awakens something.
I'm unsurprised.
I don't think many people can ascribe their sexual awakening to Mac Addict magazine.
I actually didn't know that Mac Addict is something like Mac Addict would do video game reviews.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, computer games, yeah.
I still vividly remember, what would it have been? It must have been like PlayStation Magazine or something like that. And I still remember reading about Final Fantasy VII for the first time. And was like, oh no, this sounds amazing.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So yeah, Blood Rain. Blood Rain. I don't know anything about her. I don't really know anything about the game except that you kill like Nazis, which is great.
Yeah, you need to have mutant blood to provide energy.
Yeah. It's a sexy, stylish, and sadistic game. That sounds pretty mommy to me.
And she sounds orgasmic while feeding. What more do you need?
Yeah.
I sound orgasmic when I'm feeding.
Yeah, I hear you slurping down that yogurt. Fage.
That's not how I'm ever going to pronounce it.
Fadge.
I will give her, just because I don't think we know enough about her. I'm gonna put her in A.
Wow, that's really high for a deduction.
But I think that description.
Did I get an A for my PowerPoint?
Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
That stopped it being a B.
Thanks.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh man.
You fucking nerd. Oh.
Okay, explain this, please. In her fucking little turtleneck sweater vest dress.
I first off, cannot believe you are shit talking Sabrina. This is Sabrina from the original Pokemon Red and Blue, Red and Green, if you're Japanese, games. She is the psychic gym leader. Mm-hmm. And as everybody knows, in Generation 1, psychic types were broken because they essentially had no weaknesses. The only attacks that were super effective against psychic types were ghost types. And ghost types only had, I think, and ghost types only had 2 offensive moves. I would say I may be wrong, Pokemon fans, I may be wrong. But one was Nightshade, which I think did a fixed amount. I think Nightshade did a fixed amount, and so it didn't do super effective damage. And I think the other one was Lick, which I think only did 20 damage. Or something like pathetic. It was a really pathetic thing. And that ghost types in the game were all ghost poison types, the Gatsby line. All ghost poison types. And so, because they were poison, were weak against the psychic types. And so psychics were really overpowered in this game. And she comes at you, this isn't boring, how dare you act like this is boring. And she comes at you, she's either, you can battle her, I think, as the 4th gym leader. You can battle her as 4th, 5th, or 6th, you can battle her out of order. And she is, no matter where you battle her, she is overpowered.
Okay.
For you by a big margin.
So she is stepping on you.
Yeah, she is the hardest gym leader, I think, for where your team is at in the game. Because of that step on me, she is that's why I'm classifying her as a mummy. And she's also a reserved goth girl.
Right.
With and her with psychic powers, and her only friends are her Pokemon, who also doesn't give a shit about you. Mm-hmm. And so therefore ticks all of my mummy boxes.
She looks like a literal child.
You've got to age them up. Okay, well maybe you should have put the Gen 2 sprite where you can go back and you battle her, but she isn't as hard because you already have like Elite 4 beating Pokemon by the time you get to Johto. Well, by the time you get back to Kanto. So she's not as hard, but she's definitely looks older. But everybody looks like a 10-year-old apart from Lieutenant Surgeon Blaine.
You know,
Koga, probably.
I did almost put a couple Pokemon professors in my daddy list.
Yeah, I get that, but I've never gotten it.
Yeah. Thank you for
The
that.
gays love the Pokemon professors, especially the most recent ones, like the
There was a new one.
Scarlet
There was a newer one I really liked, and I can't remember his name. Anyway.
Scarlet and Violet had like really queer coded professors.
I did see when I was looking for this picture, I did find a bunch of pictures of her from the anime, and I will say she looked, excuse me, she looked more mommy in the anime.
She does look older in the anime than this sprite.
Yeah.
So why didn't you use that?
Well, because I wanted to stay true to the genre.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Next up. This is Lilith from Diablo 4. She is the main antagonist of Diablo, and she's wearing a cape made of human viscera, which I don't know what else you want me to say about that.
Yeah, if you can go to the tier list. And then immediately put that in S tier, please.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have you seen the opening cinematic of... Yeah,
yes.
So fucking
I'm
hot.
basing it all on that. I've never played it.
No, yeah, me too. I mean, I actually have played Diablo. I've played quite a bit of Diablo 4. And every time she comes up, I'm just like, I don't see like what the big deal is about stopping her. Like she's all blood and rose petals and like fucking sign me up. And she's out here like granting people's wishes. And I'm like, I don't really see what the issue is.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Yeah, come on, step on me, mommy. Turn me into a flesh cape, whatever. Great.
That's the relationship goals. I want to be somebody's flesh cape.
Okay, well that was quick. Some of those horns.
Horny.
God. Anyway, next up. So I got distracted. It's first of all, very similar. I feel like we have like a heat miser, snow miser situation here.
Yeah. Do you know what game this is from?
No, but what is happening here?
This isn't the version of Shiva that I would have chosen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you should send me pictures.
Yeah, I did say Shiva every Final Fantasy game, but this basically does kind of like, this isn't the most mommy version of Shiva. So for anybody who doesn't know, Shiva is one of the regular summers in the Final Fantasy series. And as we all know, apparently Final Fantasy is the only game series that I've ever played.
That and Baldur's Gate and Overwatch.
That and Baldur's Gate, yeah. And Pokemon.
The Holy Trinity.
That really is it. Yeah. I actually do have two of my choices are Pokemon and two of my choices are Final Fantasy in this list. She has one of the most consistent forms of any of the summons, and she's one of the ones that is always there. So some of them come and go from different series. So like Leviathan is sometimes there, sometimes isn't. Rama is sometimes there, sometimes isn't. Shiva is whenever there's a summon. I think Shiva has been in every single Final Fantasy game. And she always looks like this. She's always a scantily clad ice woman with no pupils who will freeze you and then shatter you into diamond dust.
That's hot. Is this a tail? What is this? Is this part of the background?
I don't know. This might be... I have a feeling this is a Final Fantasy from Final Fantasy 14. I have a feeling. I'm not 100% sure. My favorite tweet of all time is from my friend John Kong, who took a gif of the Final Fantasy X Shiva clicking her fingers and exploding ice. Her overdrive is called Diamond Dust, and clicks her fingers and ice explodes, and it explodes and does low damage. And John describes that as the moment that a million millennial gays were created.
So she is
this
mother
cunty woman, and I don't think. I think she has some like cloth falling off of her, but I think in the Final Fantasy X version, her brassiere and panties aren't actually there. They're frostbite, which is just painful, but hot. And there is one of my favorite versions of Shiva. The only time that I can think of where it's like a little bit. They had a slightly different design. Is in Final Fantasy 13, where for some reason all of the Final Fantasies also turned into vehicles. All of the summons also had vehicle form like Transformers. And Shiva was 2 twins, each of them with a giant wheel on their back. And in order for them to they turned into a motorbike. When they turned into a motorbike, they scissored. And then one of their wheels was the front and one of their wheels was the back. And then you sat on where they were scissoring.
Okay, well, that doesn't scream
Shiva,
mommy to
everyone.
me.
It doesn't.
Which game was this? And
that's 13.
13, great. I have something to look up on YouTube later. Yep. Final.
I'll show you.
See, 13. Thank you. She's giving me a more cunty space princess than mommy. I will say that. She gets extra points for being the mother of all millennial gays, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to give her... You know what? I'm going to give her B, and I'm going to put Abby up to A.
I think you're grading me really harshly.
I am a little bit. Because I think our mommies are so excellent that we need to be a little bit harsh.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for agreeing with me. This is I talked about her last time.
I haven't played DOS yet.
I know you haven't, because you're going to play it with me. This is Malady from Divinity Original Sin 2. She is voiced by Amelia Tyler, who is the narrator of Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, so this character, first of all, I love the character model, like the wings, the gold, the crazy eye, like the mask. She's got a trident, or I guess a bident. Hello.
President Biden.
I know you love a trident.
It just looks, I'll be honest, it just looks like a giant tuning fork.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it's true, but it's cool. She's half demon, and she is kind of the character that like gives you your main mission in the game. She like sends you off, and she comes back every so often, and she's kind of got like, she's on your side, but you don't really like know what her motives are, and she helps you in one of she helps you in the first fight against the major antagonist of the game, and she kind of rescues you, and then she, spoiler alert, sends your ship into like this nether realm. Like you're supposed to like protect her
into the nether regions.
Yes, yeah. And she's great, and she's like kind of like, you don't really know like what her motivations are, or if she's even like a good guy or a bad guy, but she's on your side at least. And she's a really awesome, like great writing, funny character, but like very like whew.
Open up tier list, please. Don't know this character. But
I know her very well.
I hate her costume.
But it's like basically, it's like Dame Aelin. It's very similar.
No, it's not at all. Dame Aelin is a classic suit of armor. It's feathers and embellishments, and she's not fighting in that. What are those shoulder pads? Ridiculous. Also, you said she's funny. And actually, I think that
sassy funny.
I think that no, you said funny. I'm just trying to grade one of your ones lower.
You have other ones that you can. You have other ones you can grade lower. I love Malady, but
okay, no, open it up.
If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it, and that's all I can say about that. So
B.
Okay. Rude.
Okay.
You might change your mind after you play it. Did she not get any extra points for being voiced by Amelia Tyler?
Yeah, that's her getting extra points.
Wow.
Okay. I always call her Tilda Swinton.
You know what she reminded me of was yes, Tilda Swinton 100%, but she reminds me of the that senator in Star Wars. Like,
Which one?
The one female senator.
Senator Amidala?
No, I can't remember her name. She's in like some of the she's in the prequels, I think, and she's in like she was in Andor, like some of the shows. I don't remember her name. She was cool though.
Her.
Yeah.
But sure.
Yeah.
But it's this vibe. So this is Tilda Vandermeer.
Oh. Because I saw her name and I was like, is she Tilda Swinton? Like, is she like, did Tilda Swinton do some likeness sharing here?
No, but I feel like there must be a little bit of a nod to her, because I think that this does look a lot like her. So she is one of the antagonists in Horizon Forbidden West. I cannot remember the name of the group of them, but there's these rich oligarchs who fucked up the world and then left the world and are now coming back. And she's one of the rich oligarchs who left the world. And she's just and they're all immortal. They've all figured out how to be immortal.
That's just what.
So she's lived for like hundreds and hundreds of years. Well, Horizon gets too much right, to be completely honest. And she's just an evil bitch. So for a little bit of a while, you're working with her to try and sabotage the rest of are they called the elders or something? I can't remember what they're called, but she's there trying to get you on side, and then you realize that she too just wants to be able to wipe out the planet and start again.
I love a mid-plot ally twist.
Yeah, that's very her. And her vibes, so she's Dutch and is very Dutch, like really couldn't give a shit about you. And I think, and she becomes kind of like this cyborgy version of herself when you battle her, and she literally does step on you.
I mean, well, I already gave her S tier, but like is this like a suit that she's wearing, or because I'm imagining it
Yes, I think it is a suit, yeah. But it's like it's a liquid material that then kind of forms into other stuff.
Great.
I think.
It's a lot of potential there.
Exactly. It could be anything.
Great. S tier, love it. Can't wait to play. Mommy.
There's a couple of daddies in there as well, but they're less likable.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So this is
for fuck's sake, not another one.
What do you mean not another one? This is a 2-for-1. Because they're basically the same character. This is Valerie Fitzgerald from Busta Fellows, and then Mia Fey from Phoenix Wright. And they're both lawyers. They're basically the same character. They're both lawyers. Look at her. I mean, she's doing that, so that's kind of...
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I do really. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's part of it. Mia is a little less like that, but Mia's got the baps, and they both got the baps, and so.
Well, they've both got the baps. Yeah.
They've both got the baps, and so this was mostly based on baps, but also a little bit of this situation here. Yeah.
And what else makes her a mummy?
Well,
other than baps and choking.
They're both like take charge lawyer ladies. This one, Valerie, works with like the DA, and she takes charge of your cases and like gets you into witnesses you shouldn't be talking to, and she bullies her brother.
I'm sorry, you were saying the other one has the baps? Like they're literally like sacks of milk hanging out of that suit.
Yeah, well, they both got.
That's obscene.
Yeah, well, they're both Japanese video games. I don't know what you want me to say.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, color me shocked.
Yeah.
And
then Mia is a psychic and like shows up to like tell you what to do in your trials because you're an idiot. And so they're both like, take charge. I'll fix this. They're both, I think, nicer than a lot of the mommies have been, but I do think they're cusp mommies. Yeah.
They're cummies.
Okay.
I kind of want to put her in B.
Oh, okay. That's higher than I thought you were going to give me.
Just because,
frankly.
really, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I think maybe I'm being too generous. But if they're nice, they're not a mummy in my eyes.
Interesting. I wouldn't call, well, she's nice. She's nice, but in a like, if you're her ally way.
Mm-hmm. See, my mummies are your ally, but they're cunts to you.
Okay, sure. I generally agree with that definition, but I also kind of feel like mommies can have like a secret nice side.
Oh.
Hers is just less secret than the others.
Sure.
Hey. Okay. Sure. Finally got a Phoenix Wright character above a D.
Above not the category that we're actually
right. Yeah. Okay.
So this is a bit meta.
Yeah.
I am the mummy.
Who is this?
So this is Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Who is the only skin that I was this the only vaguely gay skin that was available when we were playing Fortnite.
Right.
Because the Mariah Carey skin was already not in the shop.
I know.
And I wasn't playing when Ariana was available. And so my only option for cunty woman, which is what every gay who plays Fortnite has to be, was Wonder Woman. And so I'm running around in my high-heeled gold boots, stepping on all of the kids and making them cry. And you know that I am, because for some reason we keep winning.
I want to provide some backstory to this. This was the first time that we played Fortnite together. And you spent a solid...
And it was the first time I... It was the first time I played Fortnite in maybe like 4 years as well.
Okay, yes, yeah. So this is the first, a lot of firsts happening here. And I play quite a bit of Fortnite. I have a lot of skins. You spent 20 minutes bitching about how you couldn't get the skin that you wanted and hemming and hawing over whether you wanted to, because you haven't played Fortnite in a long time. So you had to pay real money for this. You didn't have any V-Bucks saved up. And I'm on the other end of this call hearing you dither around about whether you wanted to buy Wonder Woman or not. And then I hear this is verbatim. You're like, no, it's too much. Fuck it. I already did it.
I think I spent, how much did I spend on this?
This was like $20.
I think it was more than $20.
Oh, because I think you also bought the Mariah Carey emote too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but
I think I spent about $30.
And so it was also really good because you were running around as Wonder Woman and I was running around as Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. And we smashed those children with our swords. Like,
with him.
Decimated.
We were driving around in our car playing the Venga Boys. Not really trying, but destroying these children.
Yeah. Yeah. It was excellent.
And it was very satisfying.
And then you jumped off a cliff and I had to rescue you.
Thanks.
Yeah. So here's my main issue. This is not a character. This is a skin.
Wonder Woman is a character.
Wonder Woman is not a video game character, technically speaking. And if we wanted to do cross-plat, because I would have put Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen in my daddy's because he is in Jujutsu Kaisen video games. And I was trying to stay pure to the meat. You look like you're about to yawn. You're making me want to yawn. So here's the, close your mouth.
I can't believe I can't believe you're going to put her in Not a Mummy.
Here's the deal.
I can't believe it.
The Wonder Woman skin gets Not a Mommy. Jazza as Wonder Woman, S tier mommy.
Oh my god, why are you edging me like that?
But I want to make it clear on what I'm basing this on. Also, I
Thank you
almost
so much.
did put one of my former Fortnite skins in this because she's like the fencer who I love, and I was like, that's kind of, but I was like, I can't put a skin.
No.
I have
Well, I
integrity.
did.
And I'm being very nice about it.
I'm still furious I don't have the Mariah Carey skin.
I'm sorry. She'll come back next year.
Better.
Yeah. Anyway. This is Sabine from Divinity Original Sin 2. My Final Fantasy, basically.
Your Final Fantasy.
My
It
Final
really
Fantasy.
is. It really is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She is one of the origin characters that you can either recruit or play as, and she is an elven, like, mercenary assassin. And her backstory is that she escapes from her...
Look at that midsection. I'm sorry. Like...
Ropey.
Do elves in this just have different anatomy?
Elves in this game are really weird, like very, very weird looking. Very kind of like snaky tree people. They're not. I mean, she's sexy, but they're not like kind of like stereotypical sexy fantasy elves. They either all like dress like dungeon burlesque dancers or pilgrims, and there's no in between. Obviously, this is her in the game, and this is her official art. She's beautiful. She has a very beautiful, deep, husky voice. And when you meet her as a potential companion, you meet her like on this prison ship that you're all on, and she licks your arm and then is kind of like vaguely insulting to you. And I was like, okay. And her whole plot is like getting revenge on her, like a royal family that took her as a slave, basically. So
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, open up.
Yeah.
Stick her an A.
Okay. Why not S?
Because it's full.
No. It expands. Much like anyway.
Okay, put her in S. I'll allow it.
Thank you.
I'll allow it.
This is a tier list.
When I don't put people in S, I don't ask you to clarify. Why isn't Abby in S?
Because she's too young. I don't know. She's not to me. I don't know.
You're
Abby's
so
not
stuck in
giving
this
mommy.
mindset.
She's giving like she's giving like hot cousin who works on the farm that you visit like when you're a kid and you kind of have like weird feelings about it, you know?
We're having the Knuckles problem.
Yeah, it's the Knuckles problem. Abby is this tier list's Knuckles, and you'll notice I'm not putting her in not a mommy, and I
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah,
you could have been much harsher to me, I think.
Do you want me to be? Do you want me to put her down in C for cousin who makes you feel weird things?
The slides up.
What?
Move on. Put the slides up.
Oh, I thought you said slide up, and I was like, on what? Right. Big man Blastoise and his beautiful wife.
Yeah. This is the femme equivalent of Big Man Blastoise.
So I didn't realize, it took me a few attempts looking at this picture to realize that she's basically in a bra and panties.
Yes.
But like granny bra and granny panties.
It is the most basic. So there were, in Generation 1, there were only 2 gendered Pokemon that had explicit genders. This is Nidoqueen. And there was the Nidoran male and the Nidoran female line. And they both became... I can't say my arse properly. There really is no need to be rude about it.
They both become...
They turn into Nidorino and Nidoking, and then Nidorina and Nidoqueen, respectively. And she was the only femme mummy Pokemon in the whole game.
I think femme is
Pokemon
doing a lot of work there.
She's in a bra and panties.
Yeah, well, anyway, you can do that.
Female.
She doesn't have long lashes. How am I supposed to know that she's a woman?
She's got tits. She's literally got tits.
That's
And I
very.
love.
That's
And I
very.
love the way. Oh, if you get out.
Look,
The only literally.
if I can be ableist, you
were
can be
like,
gender essentialist.
Let's do it. And I love that too much. Actually, I think I love that too much. So they basically wanted. I want to have a like dinosaur kaiju Pokemon,
Right.
but there needs to be a male version and a female version. The male version, and actually, quite progressively, they switched the colors.
Oh, that's true. Yes,
The male line is
like
pink and purple,
yeah.
And the femme line is blue.
Wow.
Wow. How progressive. But they did get to the final evolutions, and they basically went, oh god, how do we distinguish these? Oh, let's just give her tits and panties. And she's a badass. She is a very good Pokemon that you can get relatively early in the game. So if you evolve, you can catch a Nidoran female. I can't remember what number route it is, but it's the route just to the left of like Viridian City. And if you level it up really quickly, you can get a Nidoqueen by getting a Moonstone from Mount Moon before the second gym, which is pretty clutch.
Great. Cool.
And so she is going around being the step on me mummy on your team.
Right.
So she steps on all of the other Pokemans.
Interesting. She looks like Mickey Mouse.
She does not. In what way does she look like Mickey Mouse?
The mouse ears.
You're an idiot.
Okay. Well. She's cute. Rider. How big is she? Quite a series of statements.
Nidoqueen height. Oh, and she's 4'3".
And weight, please.
So she's about Shakira's size. And she is 132 pounds.
Woo! Curvy lady.
Well, yeah, she's thick.
She's thick. She does look like a turtle, and I've seen turtles have sex, and that's yeah. No, I've seen it. I've seen it in real life. I went to the San Diego Zoo last year, and there was a turtle fucking another turtle, like a big, like Galapagos turtle, and this dad and his kid like came by the enclosure, and like he's like, you can tell what they're doing. He's like going for it, the turtle, not the dad, and and the dad goes, he leads his kid over. He's like, "Look, turtles." Oh. I don't know. I can't. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm just happy to not be not a mummy.
Yeah. I mean, look at those mummy milkers. Just do Pokemons lactate?
Some of them do.
There's canonically,
Moo milk. Yeah.
Okay, well that's a cow, so that's
Miltank is literally a cow, and you can milk it.
Okay. Yes.
And then you can buy Moo milk, and it has restorative properties.
Squeeze it out of your Pokemon. I feel like at the rate that they're turning inanimate objects into Pokemon, it's only a matter of time before we have a carton of milk as a Pokemon.
You have ice cream as a Pokemon, which is scary.
I really hate the inanimate object Pokemon. I don't like that.
There's some of them that I quite like. I quite like Klefki. I think Klefki's cool.
I was just gonna say I hate the one that's a key ring.
Keychain. I really like Klefki, and I quite like that there's been a recent trend of ghost Pokemon being possessed objects as well. Like there's one that's a teacup and one that's
Isn't there one that's like a chandelier?
Yeah, chandelier. Fire ghost.
Fire ghost?
It's typing. It's fire and ghost.
Okay.
Chandeliers.
Okay.
Typing.
Right. I got you. I'm with you. This is this is the Gerudo champion Urbosa from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't think you need to say anything else. I think if you don't know who she is, I think this photo really is enough.
I don't know if she's a mother, but I'll make her one.
Okay.
Have you seen? There's a really amazing cosplayer who does her.
No.
I wanted to include a picture, but I couldn't find one that wasn't like a TikTok still. I'll find it and send it. She's beautiful. She looks incredible. And she's like one of those people who like paints in the abs and it looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Urbosa, I will say, was my least favorite of the divine beasts to deal with, because she's in the electric camel, which is like a sick name for a club, but like a horrible experience in the game. And fighting the Thunder Ganon was fucking sucked as shit. But she's obviously like so hot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look up fan fiction of her and the bird later.
I just don't think.
Can we do one?
I think there's.
Please continue.
A fanfic one,
please. For like the.
I just feel like fan fiction bothers me. It bothers me.
Why?
I don't know.
I've been getting so many nice comments on mine.
What are you writing your fan fiction about?
What do you think?
That weird lawyer game?
No, Divinity.
What is it? Divinity.
Mm-hmm. Specifically about Fane. I'm keeping that fandom afloat. Personally, I'm carrying it on my back. It's just me. Anyway.
Okay, I'll read it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just to judge you, though.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's explicit.
I know.
No, but like anyway, we can talk about this later. I was gonna say, I think it would be funny to do like a tier list of like unhinged fan fiction that we can find, because I found one that was Barack Obama / David Cameron, and David Cameron gets fucked up the ass with a chair leg.
Well, do you know that David Cameron famously fucked a pig? Yeah,
actually, that was the first episode of Black Mirror that I ever watched with my boyfriend at the time and his mother. We didn't know it was going to happen. That was the first time I met her. Also,
I think that's actually a really good way to break the ice.
It actually was. Yeah, it was. I
think it tells you a lot about somebody, how somebody reacts to that episode.
And then I spent 2 years watching RuPaul's Drag Race with this woman. She was delightful. Much better than this.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway, next one.
Oh, okay, so full.
She's
again in
Thor.
The vein of. Yes, well, she's a war mummy.
There's a lot of war mummies.
War mummy.
We have lots of war mummies between us.
This is Ambessa from League. I have played League, I think, for a total of 90 minutes in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And have never played as her. She is in here because apparently she's very hard as well, actually, to play as.
Oh, I see.
And you know. But she's in here because of Arcane.
Okay, I was gonna ask if she was in Arcane because I haven't watched Arcane, but I might start.
Arcane. I haven't gotten into season 2 for some reason. I was just a bit
Yeah.
bored by it.
Mhm.
And so I'm thinking like maybe I only loved Arcane because it was locked down and there was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
But that art style is amazing. But she's in Arcane and is brilliant. Like, is all of the criteria for Step on Me Mummy. Like,
Amazing.
Doesn't give a shit, is a warmonger, wants to kill everybody, trying to like maintain the status quo, evil, great, love her.
Love her. Stunning.
And has biceps.
I mean,
one day
yeah.
I will have those biceps.
I have one in here that's very similar to this, like design, like armor wise. You'll see.
Mhm.
You'll know. Yeah, I do feel like this is a bit of a design choice too. Is like first of all, I was noticing I like that her armor, because I think we've started to move away from like the really skimpy armor for women, like the armor that does nothing, but we still have titty armor. Like we still have like, let's make sure the breastplate is a breastplate. And I like that her armor doesn't really do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's because she's been on testosterone since she was young. And so like they never fully developed.
Right. Yeah. They're like inverted at this point.
Exactly.
Because people have like the chest divot. She's got 3.
Yes.
But you can like snuggle like your head in it, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
She's definitely comfy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. She
gives a fantastic massage.
I don't know. She looks pretty jacked, and she also looks like if she she would snap your neck, which is not unwanted, but it's not comfortable.
No, I think that's how you do a good massage.
Snapping necks. Yeah. I do want my massages to kill me. So I have not had a good one yet.
I just wanted to raise the issue.
I just wanted to raise the issue. I do have one booked for next week, and I'm excited about it.
Watch it get cancelled.
I know. Oh man. This is Nine Fingers Keen, from the leader of the Zentarim from Baldur's Gate 3. Shocker.
Wait. What?
Did you not?
Is this did I miss this?
You may have.
I don't think
this happens in the city, so it's not hard to miss.
Yeah, I don't think I know her.
You didn't do this?
I don't think so.
Wow. Okay, well,
it may have got to the point where like it's like, is it like the end bit where you're kind of like crawling towards the end? Yeah, at that point I was just like, how do I finish this game?
Yeah, sure. That's fair. I was like I was a crazy complete. I think I had like 270 hours on my first playthrough, because I was like,
I was only 170. What a noob.
Well, 100 of that was kissing Astarion over and over and over again. But she is the leader of the Zentarim clan, gang, whatever, and you make a deal with her basically to like, she's one of the people that you can ally with against the Absolute, and like she lends you people at the end of the game, which I didn't use because they were just humans, so who cares. But she's fucking hot as shit. She's just like, she's real, like she's running a business, and she's letting you know it, and she's got great armor, great voice, like every fucking shit. Nine Fingers is the start, is what I'm gonna say about that. You got nine and then one on top.
One.
Yeah.
She actually has all 10 fingers.
Yeah.
It's just that's
she saves. Yeah. Here's the church. Here's the steeple, and ringing the doorbell. Yeah.
What a novel way to fist. Okay, open up tier list.
I'm sorry you didn't see her, because she's an amazing character.
Yeah, honestly, I'm only going to put her in A because I didn't see her.
That's your problem.
Annoyed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I get to do the ranking.
Look at her cunty little scarf. She's so hot.
Top.
Wait a minute. More Baldur's Gate 3. This is yours.
You can just put her in S.
Okay. No, I'm grading her. I decide where she goes. Jaheira.
Um, yeah, correct.
Do you like how I included her original character design with her hot singles in your area eyebrows?
I do like that, actually. That's really good.
Yeah. Her Pamela
so, like I
Anderson
said,
era.
well, 90s eyebrows. They did make a comeback a couple of years ago. Jaheira. So I said at the beginning that I think I have a problem with the main cast being called mummies, but I think Jaheira is very much a mummy,
and she is a mother.
Again, and she's a mother, and she's another war mummy.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't say she's a war mommy in the same way that the other. She's not a warmonger mommy, for sure. But she's kind of like.
No, but she is a mummy at war.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's very cunning.
And I don't think knows what to do with herself without
war.
The specter of war.
The specter of war. Also, canonically, I do almost want to put her in A, just because she is canonically a terrible mother.
No, but by my definition, that makes her more of a mummy.
True. Yeah. If Astarion thinks you're a bad parent, you're a bad parent.
Yeah, probably. But she can turn into a panther.
She's a panther. A cougar. A literal cougar.
She's a literal cougar.
They did that on purpose, right? Like.
Oh, I hope so. The voice acting, she has a hot Eastern European accent. And her and, what's the name of the guy with the hamster?
Minsk.
Her and Minsk together are basically like a ridiculous double act. I really enjoy
I love them so much, together. Yeah.
But I think her voice acting is so hot. It's so sexy.
It's really good. And she bullies you, she bullies you just the right amount.
Yeah,
but she loves you.
Yeah.
S. Love her. I didn't play as her ever. I left her in the camp.
I played as her all of the time. I switched Astarion out for her.
Wow, really? I don't like playing as druids.
I switched him back in when I needed to use him. I love playing it. They're my favorite.
Really?
At one point, I had 3 druids in my team, and we kicked ass.
Maybe I think like early level druids are so boring. And maybe I just...
What?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Well, we can play...
Wild Shape is the coolest thing in the game.
Wild Shape is cool. I do like Wild Shape. I never got like to the point of like doing anything. Like I never got to like Owlbear, you know? So...
That's on you. But even when you can become like a bear, it's really cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Too hippy dippy for me. When we play together, you can show me what I'm missing out on with the druids. I'm open to having my mind changed.
I'll use my Golly Gosh build. Like my Golly Gosh build was like kick ass. Like I was amazing.
Okay.
And I was pure druid all the way through.
You know what I think would be really fun is to do a playthrough where you have Jaheira and then your Tav is Pamela Anderson Jaheira. And you could do like a role play like past present.
100% yes.
I love that.
Yes, definitely.
I'm glad she grew her eyebrows out a little bit. She pencils them in now. I think she had them tattooed on, actually. She realized her mistake, but it was too late.
Yeah. She overplucked in the 90s.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Okay. It's very... this is Nemesis from Hades 2.
Another Hades character.
Yeah. Again,
God, look at those arms.
Right? Like,
holy shit.
Fuck. It's very similar to, I don't remember her name, yours from League, I think. Like, isn't this very, very similar armor-wise, build-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And better. Yeah, fuck, she's hot.
She's so
hot. The only
hot.
critique I had, I think her face is too femme for me.
I like the femme face and the stacky body. I love her hair too. I really...
Yeah, I do like that juxtaposition.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, she's really sexy.
Right? Yeah. I don't know.
Love the...
Huh?
Oh no, they're not really tits, are they? They're just kind of
they're like
circles.
Yeah, they're just circles. They're evocative of tits.
But she is wearing a weird corset.
A little bit. She's got the belt. I like whatever's happening with the sword. It kind of looks like there's a skull that's like she's impaled someone. It's just she's got the Vincent Valentine hand. You know I love that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
She's a little Vincent Valentine, like color palette wise.
Yeah.
I don't know any. I'm pretty sure she's an antagonist or like adjacent to the antagonist in Hades.
Well, she's a nemesis.
Nemesis, yeah, but I don't know if that's like, you know, they play with stuff in that game, so like she might not be.
I actually know nothing canonically about Nemesis as a god either.
I don't either. Yeah.
Who cares?
Let me.
I want to put her in S just because of that artwork.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put her in A because I don't think we know enough about her.
I don't like that.
Because otherwise we're
Caveat.
otherwise we're just ranking hot artwork. We don't know enough about the character. She could be like really nice.
Because neither of us know, I'll agree with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't justify her personality wise.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Kari says boo druids.
Oh, Kari, you're a druid. You play as a druid.
Tabaxis for life, or however you say that. Tabaxi?
He is a tabaxi. Kari, you are a tabaxi druid. That is... baby, I love you so much.
I think I got in the middle of something
here.
You
play as a druid.
Unless Kari's booing my take on druids.
Maybe. Bless. He plays as a tabaxi druid.
Oop. Great, just reading the chat. Oop.
Hilarious. Very funny.
Are there any mummies that we want to re-rank or you want to make arguments for re-ranking?
We wanking.
We wanking.
I think we put too many in S.
I know. Kari says,
and I will be honest, I think what did he say?
Kari says, I mean, bring DEI back, justice for druids.
Druids, equity and inclusion. That's actually what that stands for.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
And I will be honest, I think most of mine are the ones that I think should be taken out of S and put somewhere else.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You are smart. You're smart. You're smart. I also think that my Shiva should be much higher, but oh well. Whatever. A plus. A plus, and then S. Yeah.
Okay.
Put Wonder Woman down.
Okay.
Put Tilda down.
Really?
Yeah.
I could put Sibyl down.
Okay, good. I think Jaheira is too nice. Put Jaheira down.
I don't know.
Yeah?
I think...
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sibyl's not nice, just FYI, but I think she's a little too... something.
She's too something.
She's something. What's the female version of a twink? She has a Twinkie build.
I'm Googling this. Okay, so the top answer on the Reddit no stupid questions of what's the female version of a twink, the top answer is, what do you mean? A very feminine woman? Oh, a woman. Thanks, gender essentialist Reddit.
Did you write that?
Yes, actually. Twinkette, somebody has said on Urban Dictionary.
If we're gonna go with the nice clause, skill wise and build, I think Urbosa's S tier mommy, but personality wise, I think she's pretty nice. Like she's very stoic and like good like military leader type, but she's not a jerk in any way.
Um, and then I think Jaheira and Anna probably need to drop as well because I don't think they're nasty enough. Dame Aelin, I think, does stay, even though she's like a good person.
She does break a man's spine in half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So we have
now
cunty mommies.
Who is our
nice mommies?
Yeah. Yes, I actually think that.
You know what? I'm gonna drop Blood Rain down because neither of us know anything about her.
Yeah, that's no. I think we know enough. Keep her in A.
Oh, it's true. We did have an entire Mac
did...
Addict article and my sexual awakening. So
yeah, that's enough. I think that's enough. I'm happy for her to be there.
Thank
you. Who is our top mummy?
GLaDOS.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, easy.
Yeah.
Like, I almost thought about putting GLaDOS on the we aren't allowed to rank her.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think she's too obvious.
Is there anybody...
Like her and Mistress Dimitrescu. What's her name?
Lady Dimitrescu?
Lady Dimitrescu.
Yeah. But again, I think...
And BaeArea are like the archetype.
Yeah.
They're who I think of. Those three are who I think of when I think of like a video game mummy.
I agree with that.
So we're almost cheating by allowing GLaDOS.
I do, yeah. I kind of think like GLaDOS is like, because now that we talk about it, Portal is at this point quite an old game, and I didn't play a lot of video games before Portal came out, to be fair, but just based on my video game history, I can't think of a lot of mommies pre-GLaDOS. I think GLaDOS might kind of be like the mommy in this.
Yeah, if we're defining mummy, like who, like there were before her, there were.
I mean, there were like strong, hot women, but there were not mommies.
Like Lara and Samus.
Samus maybe. No, because like you never see like personality with Samus.
Yeah, she doesn't have a personality.
Lara's hot, but not a mommy. Yeah. Leave it in the comments. Hack.
Whatever. If not GLaDOS because we're cheating, who out of the other four are we putting in?
Dame Aelin.
What's the name of Diablo lady?
Lilith.
I think Lilith.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If not GLaDOS, then I would put Lilith, yeah. Dame Aelin. No, Lulu is above Ambessa.
Okay.
Sorry, that's just a personal thing for me.
That's fine. That's fine. You can have it. Yeah. And I just for anybody who joined late, this is Jazza as Wonder Woman, not Wonder Woman the skin from Fortnite.
Yes.
Yeah. Jazza is mommy.
So I made it onto our first. I'm for the first time. I'm on one of our lists.
God.
Oh,
so cute. There's something else I wanted to say about this.
You want to unpack your relationship with your mummy live on air, or
no? I do not.
No?
I do not. I do not.
Okay.
Okay.
Anytime.
You know who is
Just
mommy? Gillian Anderson.
Sure.
Yeah. Not in the video game, but
smash and grab is something very different.
Smash or grab. And I said I had another idea, and now I can't remember what it was. Oh, I remember. The fan's loosening up. It's getting easier.
Glad we have this conversation.
Me too. I feel like I feel so culturally enriched every time we talk. Great.
As you should.
Great. Well,
okay, I'm gonna go now.
That's it for the mummies.
You can stay if you want.
I'll leave too. I'm not gonna talk to unless Kari wants to hang out on chat and we can talk about you. But
Oh no, don't offer it to him. He will.
Stealing your man. Anyway,
No.
thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for bullying me as usual.
And to you too.
And also with you.
And also with you.